Welcome to Finance Tidbits, where today we'll be talking about duration. What is the duration of a bond? Duration of a bond is a number indicating the average length of time, usually in units of years, that it will take for an investor to recover his or her investment in the bond with fixed cash flows. That is, it answers the question, how long will it take to get my money back? The longer the duration, the more sensitive the bond or portfolio price will be to changes in interest rates. Duration is often used as a shorthand way to communicate the interest rate risk of a fixed income portfolio versus, for example, credit risk. In examples above, you see two calculations for duration. In the top example, it would be for a zero coupon bond, where duration, which is indicated by the blue fulcrum, is actually identical to maturity date, since you're receiving your entire face value at the maturity date. In the second example, duration is actually shorter than maturity date, since you're receiving coupon bonds ahead of time. This is an example of a fixed annuity coupon bond. What affects duration? Under characteristics of a bond themselves, their maturity and coupon will affect the duration. That is, the larger the maturities will lead to larger or greater durations. Bigger coupons will reduce durations. In terms of characteristics of market, it is affected by yield to maturity, where bigger yields to maturities shorten duration. In terms of uses of duration, we'll cover one example of unionization. When investing in coupon bonds, there are generally speaking two risks: price risk and coupon reinvestment risk. Price risk is largely an extension from changes in interest rates that will affect the price of the bond since the bond holding period is different than from the maturity of the bond. That is, you might intend to sell the bond before it fully matures. Price risk can be reduced to zero by picking bonds whose maturities actually match the intended holding period. However, there still remains coupon reinvestment risk. That is, the risk associated with reinvesting the coupons received at yields that are different from the yield of the bond when purchased. Coincidentally, these two risks actually work in opposing directions. That is, an increase in interest rates reduces the price of the bond, but increases the yield possible from reinvestment in coupons. These two types of risk are offsetting. Immunization of a bond investment attempts to balance these two risks so that they're completely offsetting. In the above example, we'll look at an investor with $1,000 investment and looks to redeem it in 2 years' time and is aiming to receive a future value of $1,210 at the end of 2 years. He wants to immunize this bond investment from interest rate changes. So he purchases a bond with a 10% coupon rate with 2.1 years to maturity. Along the way, he received two coupon payments of $100 each, along with a $10 coupon rate at the final maturity, since it's 2.1 years. In this case, the duration is actually exactly 2 years regardless of interest rates. We'll look at one example with the 8% case. Under the 8% case, the market value of sale at the end of 2 years will be exactly $1,002. This is because the person who buys the bond from this person will receive the future payment of $1,000 plus the final $10 coupon. The $1,000 plus $1,000 plus a $10 coupon is $1,010. And when you discount this back by 8% for 0.1 years, it comes out to be $1,002. Now, this $1,002 plus the two coupons he received. The first coupon was received at the end of year one, and this investor invested at the 8% rate, and so its value is at $108. Along with the second coupon, which he just received and hasn't been able to reinvest yet, is $100. This totals out to be $1,210. You can do similar calculations for scenarios where the interest rate is 10% or 12%, and you'll arrive at an identical future value of $1,210. In this case, this bond investor is immunized against changes in interest rates, and the duration is exactly 2 years. If you're interested in learning more about duration, please feel free to refer to some of the resources or sources that I use myself, or other resources as well. Thank you for watching.